This is the plaintiff, Howard McLaurin. He says he's a classic rhythm and blues singer, and the defendant, a promoter, owes him for 2 performances he hired him for at the local VFW post. He can't understand how someone in this day and age can try to rip somebody off like that. But hey, he has to live with himself because what goes around comes around. He's suing for $450, the amount he's due. This is the defendant, William Holden, Jr. He says the show the plaintiff is suing him for was a promotional show, and he was quite clear there was no pay involved. Besides, the guy's not a very good singer, and because he's suing him, he will never work with the guy again. He's accused of letting the music die.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Howard McLaurin, you are suing William Holden, Jr. for $450 for fees for 2 shows where you performed for him and he has not paid you, correct?
Correct.
What happened?
Well, I'm not sure what happened with Mr. Holden, but we made an agreement on the first show.
The first show was when?
It was August 18th, 2012.
2012?
Yes.
Okay, and what was your agreement?
It was $500 for 30 minutes.
Is your agreement in writing?
No, it was
Do
a
you have
handshake.
it in text or anything else, confirming in an email, anything that would prove up what the agreement
Well, no,
was?
actually, there was another artist that was there that witnessed the agreement and the handshake.
Okay.
So, and I have his affidavit right here.
Okay, it's better than nothing. And then what happens? He gives you a deposit of how much?
Gave me a
according to
deposit
you?
of $200.
All right, and when was he supposed to pay you the other $300?
Well, that wasn't determined, but I was assuming that would be at the show or after
Did you
the show.
perform?
Yes.
Were there any problems?
No
What
problems.
do you do?
I'm an R&B singer,
Okay.
producer.
Okay, so back in August of 2012, when he didn't pay you, why didn't you do something about it?
Well, I mean, Mr. Holden has, he had some health issues. I think right after the show, his parents died almost in a 2-week, very short period of time. So, I didn't want to present any, stress or anything to him at that point. And, I really thought that, we had a friendship that it went a little beyond the music thing. So I didn't pressure him, but we both agreed that he was going to give me the $300.
Okay, so when did you ever bring it up again?
Well, I called him several times, and then he stopped calling me. I mean, he stopped returning my calls. I just felt as though, based on our association, our friendship, that I could wait. I was.
So when did it ever come up again, or you just went to court and sued?
Well, no, actually.
I know you had contact with him because then you agreed to perform for him again.
Yeah.
When?
Well, the next performance was June the 20.
A year later, almost a year later?
Yeah.
Okay, and he calls you and says what?
He asked me if I would perform 4 songs for $150. So I told him, yeah, of course.
Okay, so did you get this one in writing?
No, that wasn't in writing.
Okay, do you have a phone?
Yes.
What kind of phone do you have?
I have a cell phone and a home.
Does it text?
Yeah.
Do you have an email site?
Yes.
Did you not learn from the first one that there was a problem?
Well, it was on, like I said, it was I have texts on that issue.
On the 151?
Yes.
Oh, let me see that. That's good. Let me see that. What's going on?
Your Honor, Mr. H. Mack, I did a show for, I have Ike Love Productions, and I did a show for the legendary Blue Magic, which is a singing group. Okay, I decided to put Mr. H. Mack in the show because Unforgettable Duet could not perform. Okay, Mr. H. Mack got his money. And far
What money were you going to pay him?
$200 before every group gets on stage. You have to pay them before they get on stage, else they will not perform.
I've had a million of these cases.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Okay.
That's just not true. People perform all the time and then wait around to get paid. I mean,
Well, these groups here, all these groups here got paid before they got on stage.
okay, but according to him, he got a deposit beforehand, and you're supposed to pay him an additional $300.
No,
You're
Your
saying
Honor.
that's just a lie.
No, Your Honor. Then the next thing that he was talking about was the Sounds of Love, which is a group that I formed with him. I bought them all $480 suits and $85 hats, which nobody in the group has yet to pay me for the suits.
Is he supposed to pay you for the suit?
All these guys here on this, that was a lot of money putting out. See, I'm a promoter and a booking agent. I felt sorry for Mr. H. Mack because he's a no-name singer. He doesn't have...
Well, he's name enough for you to keep going to him to get him to sing for you.
I've used him...
When the guy, did you pay him anything for the day he came and sang the 4 songs in August or June of 2013?
He was not doing any money on that one. On the
He was
second
doing it for free?
Promotions. Okay.
Is that a yes? He was supposed to be doing it for free?
Yes.
What happened to the text you were going to show me that show that he owes you $150 for the second one?
Well, the text is that he was supposed to. We were at this.
What text? Do you have a text that shows where he admits that he owes you $150?
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay, so now you have an affidavit from somebody named what? Robert Owens. Do you know Robert Owens? Cubby St. Charles.
Your Honor.
Right. He says that he witnessed you agree on $500.
That's untrue. Because when I conducted business with each and every one of these singers that was on here, I don't discuss my business with a third party standing there.
Do you know this person, Cubby?
Oh yeah, I know him. That's his best friend.
That's his best friend?
Yeah, that's his best friend.
Have you ever hired him?
No, because he can't sing.
Okay. What, are you insinuating he can't sing?
He can't sing neither.
Why do you keep hiring him then?
Okay, no, well, here's what it is. Every show that he's been doing, he did a show, tried to do a show. His shows get canceled. He told me at the August 18th show that he had a following over 700 people. Well, guess what? He didn't sell one ticket.
Okay, I have a question
didn't
for
sell
you.
one ticket.
If in fact
People
he just
came
got
to
his
see
best
me,
friend,
though.
stop. If in fact he just got his best friend to write something, why wouldn't he just get his best friend to write something that also pertains to the other?
I don't know.
Okay.
Your Honor, promotions, if I don't get paid, you don't get paid. If I promote you, if I take you to say I take you to a restaurant and I need you to sing so people can look at you to see if they'll hire you, I don't get paid most of the time. You know, I go out of my way to promote a singer if I believe in them and try to help them.
Do you have, so what you're saying is you didn't hire him, you just said, hey, you want to come sing so people can hear you?
No, at the August 18th, he got paid for that.
I'm talking about the June 2013.
Oh, yes, so people can hear him.
And that's it?
Different. Yeah, that's it.
What was that event?
For senior citizens.
So the senior citizens could hear him?
Yeah, it
How
was
is that going to be a promotion as opposed to something you're paid for? You didn't get paid to put a show for the senior citizens?
No, and it's just
Who of the senior citizens is having some big shindig that they're going to end up hiring?
They had other people there from the NAACP, bigger up people. It's just like he was supposed to perform the national anthem for the NAACP, and he's 2.5 hours late.
Did that happen?
No.
That's right, 2.5 hours late. He didn't sing the
2.5
national
hours.
anthem.
Did that happen?
Yes, it did.
I was in an auto accident, Your Honor, and when I arrived, I explained to the coordinator there, and but before that, I even explained to Ike that I did not know that it's the Negro national anthem.
What are you saying? It has different words? It's a different song? What are you saying?
It's a different song. It's not the national anthem.
Okay.
That you accustomed to hearing.
Okay.
But anyway, but I didn't have enough time to learn the song, so I didn't feel comfortable.
So you had a car accident?
Well, Your Honor, wasn't nothing wrong with his car when I went out there and looked at it. And then when he pulled in there, the NAACP said, oh, he cannot sing now. We're 2.5 hours late, and he had a free $50 meal plate dinner.
Tell me about okay.
Your Honor.
According to you, you've been trying to help him for 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
You consider him a friend.
Yes.
You bought him a $500 suit and $85 hat for him to wear in performances. This is like when? When was this?
Here it is right here, Yana. I created a group called The Sounds of Love, which never materialized. I spent thousands of dollars on these guys.
What do you mean by it never materialized?
They couldn't get 2 songs together in 2 months. They were all of them were always bickering and fighting.
Okay.
So I lost out a lot of money.
Okay, but were they supposed to pay you back?
Yes, they were.
Okay, do you have any proof that they were supposed to pay?
No, I don't. Oh, I don't have that paper with me, but he knows it.
Okay.
All the other guys
Do
in
you
the group
owe him
know it.
$500 for a suit and $85 for a hat?
It's ridiculous. I don't know.
Ain't that you in the suit?
I think
Isn't that you in the suit?
Your Honor, he had a couple of cookouts that since that time, between that time, I brought the suit back over to him. I told him, I can't wear those things. You look at him. I mean, I wouldn't get caught dead in a suit like that.
Okay.
But anyway.
When was the last time you saw him?
This is a flyer that he put me on a show. This is to come in February.
Wait, February of when?
This year.
Wait, of 2014?
Yes.
What? Wait, did you agree to work for him again in February of 2014?
Well, only this particular performance was going to be a written agreement. However, he never really contacted me about this, so I called. I don't know if we can mention the names of organizations.
No, just tell me what you do. I'm sorry. You're telling me that after he didn't pay you $150 and didn't pay you $300, you've now agreed a third time to work for him?
Yes.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, the guy hires the plaintiff twice and doesn't pay him his defense. The guy can't sing.
I think he's SOL.
Why?
He hired him twice. This is the second time. The first time, obviously, he heard him sing. Second time, he just chose not to pay him.
Hard to beat that argument, I think.
I think as well. If he already hired him, he did the job. Whether he did the job well or not, it's too bad.
To hire him the second time, you got to pay.
Exactly.
Got your point? Going inside the courtroom.
Look, I know how this business works. I know that sometimes you gotta take a lot of stuff you wouldn't take otherwise because there's only so many people who will hire you when you're an artist, and sometimes people just kind of take it. And I do know that. I know it's different than if you were a contractor and he was hiring you and he kept not paying you, you sure as heck wouldn't keep going to his house because you don't need him. There's other people who need your services. But it's kind of different when you're in the industry. I understand that. But come on, 3 times?
Well, he put me on the show. He did this.
What do you mean? He didn't hire you? Would you answer me? Did you agree to perform?
I agree.
Yes, so I don't know why you keep saying he put me on a flyer. Who cares? You agreed to perform for him again.
Only in the sense that we had a written agreement.
Did you have
which
a written
I don't
agreement?
have it yet. And that's the issue that I wanted to present to him or to you.
Don't put him on any flyers that you distribute.
Well, actually, the February 8th show was canceled because the tickets wasn't selling. The NAACP canceled the show themselves. It was their show.
Oh, my gosh.
I was only the promoter and the booking agent.
All right. Mr. McLaurin, here's what I'm going to do. I find that there is some evidence of money being due and owing for the first one. I find no evidence of money. It's just your word against his on the second one.
He got paid for it,
I am
Your Honor.
going to order that he pay you $300, and that's it. That's my verdict.
Well, first out of the courtroom is going to be the defendant here after seeing the plaintiff collect against him. What's your take on the outcome here?
Well, let's put it like this. I won't work with no-name singers no more, and I'm satisfied with the verdict, so it's over with, so.
Well, why won't you work with him anymore?
No, I can't because he can't sing.
Well, you've hired him over and over and over again.
That was to promote him.
To promote him, and you've promoted him over.
I'm not going to promote him no more.
Well, why were you promoting him if he couldn't sing?
Because I felt sorry for the guy.
Really?
So, yes.
Who would go to a show if you're promoting people who can't sing?
Well, as an opening act, for a well-known group, you know how they have
people who can't
groups.
sing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Head right around the corner this way. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right. All right. So you hear him. What do you have to say about all that?
He's on medication, apparently.
Would you work for him again if he calls and says, "Come on"?
It's business to me.
You got to work, right?
So yeah.
He keeps saying you can't sing. You want to do anything about that here?
Sure. Walking in the sand, shoes in my hand, and thinking of the love that we shared. Looking in the clouds, laughing out loud, people stop and stare and say that man must be in love.
You can sing, Harvey.
Hey, Kurt, you got to say, he's good. Now, by the way, what the judge is saying about using your cell phone to verify a deal, that is a very good idea.